not get along because obviously Rachel has promoted Free Palestine. Gal obviously is Israeli and is Jewish and has spoken out on behalf of the hostages. So politically, it seems they're in opposition.
Buckle up, because we're talking about Disney's Snow White, Rachel Zegler, and the absolute train wreck that is this movie. This isn't just drama, it's a full-blown cultural reckoning. Let's get into it. Okay, so first off, Snow White. This movie is already shaping up to be one of Disney's biggest failures in recent years. The projections are abysmal, the reviews are horrific, and even die-hard Disney fans are walking out of the theater. Like what? When Disney fans are turning their backs on you, you know you've messed up. And let's not forget the critics. These people are savaging this movie. Even critics who usually support Disney are like, nope, not this time. They're calling it weak, messy, and agenda-driven. And honestly, they're not wrong. Now, let's talk about Rachel Zegler. This girl is in full damage control mode. She's out here trying to convince everyone that Snow White is an educational piece on society. Like, what? Girl, it's a fairy tale. It's supposed to be entertaining, not a lecture on diversity and inclusion.
At the scaled-back Hollywood premiere that Disney was forced to do because of so much of the backlash surrounding Rachel Zegler and the Snow White movie, we saw a lot of interesting responses coming out of that special screening. Influencers only, access media only, special invite only to the premiere of Snow White, a movie that has had to deal with 2 years worth of controversy, from leaked set pictures to the things that Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot said on the carpet.
And let's not forget her defense of the movie. She's like, oh, people just don't understand the core of the story. No, Rachel, we understand it just fine. It's just bad. The pacing is off, the story is weak, and the agenda is oozing out of every scene. Next up, Bob Iger. This man is desperate. He's out here trying to spin this disaster into something positive. He's like, oh, the backlash is just noise. People don't understand our vision. No, Bob, we understand your vision. It's just terrible. And let's not forget the reshoots and editing mess. This movie was doomed from the start. The test screenings were a disaster, and instead of fixing the problems, they just patched it up with more nonsense. Like, what? That's not how you make a good movie. Now, let's talk about the critics versus the audience. The critics are savaging this movie, and the audience, they're savaging it even more. People are walking out of the theater, and the word of mouth is horrific. And let's not forget Rachel's defense of the movie. She's like, oh, there's a silent majority that loves this movie. No, Rachel, there's not. The silent majority is silent because they're ashamed to admit they wasted their money on this mess. At the end of the day, this whole debacle is a wake-up call for Disney. They've been pushing their agenda for years, and now they're facing the consequences. From box office flops to dwindling Disney Plus subscribers, the company is in trouble. And let's not forget Rachel Zegler. This girl is speed-running her way into irrelevancy. She's out here making controversial comments and defending a movie that's clearly a disaster. Like, girl, just stop. You're making it worse. So, what do you think? Is Snow White going to be a box office disaster, or will Disney somehow pull it off? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because trust me, this story is far from over. See you in the next one.